Aloha from my radio desk here on Molokai, Hawaii. We've got another unboxing of a different antenna, and I want to go over how I've gone over these antennas so far because I've kind of stepped up in trying different ones at different price points and different levels. So this one here is the K-480WLA. And right now, I am currently using the K-180 WLA. And before that, I used the MLA 30 Plus antenna. And I had two versions of that. The very first one I bought ended out to be a knockoff or a clone. And a subscriber mentioned that to me and sent me the link to the original. So the clone was the blue light, the original was the green light, and there was a difference in the two. The blue light ended out, I paid like $23 for the blue light. The green light one, I ended out paying about $30. $30 to $35 is right in there. It might have been like 32 or 33. And then on the K180WLA, that was another step up. That ended out to be $55. Now, they all did increase performance as they went up so far, which is definitely good. There wasn't a huge difference between the blue light MLA 30 Plus compared to the green light, but I've heard other people say that their clone was terrible, that they couldn't even use it. So that your mileage may vary on that. The K180 WLA, that's the one I'm currently using now, and it really was a pretty big step up. Again, it was close to twice the price, but it definitely was a step up, and it is my main antenna right now, and I use it all the time. So keep that in mind. Now this one, the K480 WLA, this one was $105. So it did take me a while to get this one. It's been a few months since I got the K180. Now the K180. First off, I did do comparison videos on all these antennas. The very first one was the I put the blue light and the green light MLA 30 Plus head to head on my radio, same radio, so you can see the difference on those. And at the end of this video, I will have links to the playlists of that. I probably got on some of these, all 6 to 10 different videos there. Then also the K180 WLA, when I got that, I put that against the green light MLA 30 Plus. So you'll see that head to head also on that one. Now, in the K180 definitely was better. The signal to noise ratio to me was the big thing, and the I didn't know for sure whether it was going to pick up the lower, farther away signals, the smaller signals. But it definitely did. I ended out, and I did that, and I got it on the video on the head-to-head, where I picked up a weak radio station with the K180 WLA, and then I switched over to the MLA 30 Plus, the green light one, and it did not pick it up at all. So that was definitely a bonus for me. Now, the K180 WLA wasn't without its issues because it is listed as a FM antenna also. They really tout it as being a good FM antenna. And you'll see in the videos, if you haven't seen them yet, that it did work for me. It worked really well on FM, which to me at first, when I saw that, it wasn't a big deal. But then when I saw the way it performed, it was great. But the big issue with it is that it wasn't convenient to use on FM because the switch to switch it over to FM is located in the box over by the antenna. Now, I have mine, I live in a small condo here on Molokai, and I just have mine setting out on my lanai. And so I can, go out there and do it, but it still requires moving 4 screws and then popping the lid off and then, flipping the switch. and then setting it back up because that has to be weatherproof. There's a sealant around there. There's a gasket. So it wasn't convenient at all. It really took it to where you wanted to buy that radio if you were just using it for FM or if you were using it for just for shortwave, because switching it back and forth was not convenient. That was definitely a big downside to the K180. And I mostly listen to shortwave, so it hasn't really bothered me. But after seeing the way it performed on FM, it definitely would have been a great feature. And that's where the K480WLA comes in. This one is going to, as long as it performs, hopefully solve that problem and a few others. So I'm going to do the unboxing. I haven't even popped this open yet. I just got this a couple days ago. So you're going to be seeing it for the first time, just like I am. So I'm going to pop this open. And it is going to be pretty much just like the 180, where it comes as a kit. So you'll have some PVC in here, and you can put it together, and then you can just mount it on another piece of PVC or another pole that you might have to do it. So it came with the instruction manual, and this instruction manual does look very similar to the K180 WLA. So we're going to set that here for now. I'm going to go over that. The one thing that this does come in different versions where you get a longer cord or cable to hook it up. And I believe mine was, I think I got the one in the middle. It might be 20 meters. But of course, the price goes up $5 to $10 for each length of cable that you want. I think it starts at maybe 5 meters and then goes to 10 and then to 20 and then up to 30. But this is definitely going to be long enough for me. My lanai is just right over here. I run it through a window and then under a piece of carpet. And so it doesn't have long to go. All right, next you're going to have a couple pieces of PVC here. And this, of course, is to put together your antenna. And you got a cap here on this one. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a slit in it right there. And that, of course, is where your antenna is going to go in. And then you're going to be able to cap it off so it won't be able to come out. So we've got, let's see what we've got here. We've got 4 pieces of PVC. And then we've got connectors to connect all these together to make a longer piece. So there's 3 of those connectors here. So I'm going to try to keep these in here, and then I'm going to take this part off. It's packaged really well. So nice foam here. Oop. Nope. Actually, I can keep it in because there's just another piece of foam laying on top of that. All right, and then next we have the antenna. And this does seem about the same length. When I get to the instructions, I'll tell you how big the loop is on the antenna. Now, the very first MLA 30 Plus, I got the blue light, the clone. That was my largest loop. That was over 30 inches. That was like 33 inches. It was actually pretty big. And it kind of made it borderline, or made it a little bit more difficult to be on the portable side, which is what mine has to be. I have to take mine down because I live in a condo, so every time I'm done using it, I just have to put it in a closet or set it against the wall. Then the next one, the green light, the original one, that one was 30 inches. And then I went to the K180, and that one was 22 inches in diameter. But we'll take a look at the instructions, and we'll find out what this one is when we get that far. Now next, this is the box for the antenna when you put it together. So this is made the same way. It says wideband loop antenna, as you can see right on there. And at the very top, of course, is your wing nuts to go ahead and put your loop on there, and it'll go around, it'll go through that PVC. And then looking at the other side, it's got some nice mounting brackets here where it will fit onto the PVC, and you'll have the two clamp ends to clamp it on there. So very nice. This holds great. This is definitely built a little bit better than the MLA 30 Plus. But again, it was the K180 was twice the price. This one is about it's close to 5 times, but it's at least 4 times as expensive than that MLA 30 Plus. So, anyways, very good, and it says the model number, the K480WLA, 0.5 megahertz to 500 megahertz, and 50 ohm. It's got a built-in MW and FM band stop filter and a built-in LPF BPF multi-band filter, and it says active loop antenna, as you can read that on there. All right, I'm going to set that there. And next, coming in here. All right, we'll take the less exciting stuff out. So it gives you the screws and the connectors to get it on the antenna onto the boxes here, and then there's two big clamps that you'll be able to use to clamp that to your pole. So you'd have a mast, and you're either going to mount it permanently up high, or you're going to be have more of a mobile setup like I do. Of course, the higher the better, and with this one, because you're going to be able to make the adjustments, mounting this one up high shouldn't be an issue. Next, we have a charging cable. So that is the USB charging cable. And then we got a couple more cables here. This one's got the plug in it. So it's got different connectors, however you're connecting your antenna to your radio. So if you've got any external antenna jack that is a 3.5, you can just plug it right in, more of a portable unit here. That's not a problem. Or if you've got the regular one like that, you can definitely use that also, and that would be more for your base type units. And lastly, this is the biggest part of the unit that is going to set this one apart. And so this is your box that you're going to hook the antenna up. And so the antenna is going to hook back into here, and then the other one there is going to hook onto to your radio. So your antenna goes in there, and then there's going to be another cable going to your radio. The biggest thing you'll notice here is that you have some adjustments on this one. So these are some of the reasons why I decided that this was going to be one I'm going to want to try. First off, you're going to have some gain control here. Now, the K180 did not have any gain control. The MLA 30 Plus, both of them, did have gain control. At the antenna box, it had an adjustment in there, and then at the bias box, that's where the adjustment for the gain was. But that wasn't easy. You had to unsnap the box and then fit a very small screwdriver in there to adjust the gain. So it was just kind of what I ended up doing with it. I just ended out adjusting it for an overall, listening to the radio and trying to tune in stations. I did not have it to where I was adjusting the gain all the time. So that's where this is going to come in. It's going to be a lot nicer to just go over, adjust the gain anytime I want. As you can see, there's battery in that, or the rechargeable battery. That's it did come on, so it is ready to go. So that is going to be a big deal, being able to adjust that gain. That alone, we'll find out when I do the reception videos. That alone could be a good reason to buy this. Now, again, there is a button over here, and you're going to press that, and that is going to take you through these different functions of the radio. And so if you keep hitting it, you'll get to the FM function. So you can make it get it set to for FM radio just by hitting this. And instead of the K-180 where you have to take off 4 screws out by the antenna, if you have that located up high, you'll have to be taking it down. So that is going to be a really big feature to make this a good, viable FM antenna. Now, I had said before on the K-180 that it did make a big difference for FM reception for me. It did. But I have never compared it. I never had any other FM antennas. So where it is compared to other FM antennas, that I couldn't tell you. But because this one is shortwave and FM, and you can adjust it easily now, I think that's going to definitely help put this antenna to where it might be a purchase that you will definitely want to consider. So we'll definitely go through all these. So I'll show you, I'll have videos with FM reception, without it, with just the telescopic, so we can do a head-to-head. So we will put this through its paces in upcoming videos. This is kind of a nice unit, nice size, as you could tell. It's probably a little bit bigger than a deck of cards, so it's not huge. You can see it's not all that thick, so it's not going to take up a ton of room. And you're going to want to have it close to you so you can make the adjustment on the gain and go ahead and change through the functions of the antenna. So it's exactly what I thought when I purchased it, and basically it is an upgraded version of the K-180. There's no doubt about that. So move that out of the way. So I'm going to take a look at the instruction manual here quickly, and I'll go through with this a little bit. And there are just single pages with some pictures, so it's pretty easy. And it talks about putting together the antenna also. That's a few pages, and there's pictures. So this shouldn't be that big of a go through here. But it says the K-480WLA is an active broadband circular receiving antenna with a frequency range of 0.5 to 500 megahertz, covering the medium wave, shortwave, FM broadcasting, aviation, VHF, and UHF bands. So that is big, and this will be something that I'll be able to check. I am quite far from the airport, but I still will try it on the air bands and see if I can get anything. The amplifier uses ultra high frequency and low noise devices with a maximum operating frequency of 1 gigahertz and a low noise gain of 0 to 30 dB, continuously adjustable. It can switch to 7 receiving modes in the full band. That's through the box here, and that is midwave, shortwave, FM, air, 6 meter band, UHF and VHF bands. The antenna input and output impedance is 50 ohms, and built-in high precision MW medium wave and FM frequency band stop filters, as well as medium wave and shortwave FM frequency air aviation 6 meter band, UHF VHF band pass low pass filters. So it does have some filters on it, and I believe that's probably why the K-180 was another step above that MLA 30 plus. They had the same ones in there, or they had the filters, and I don't know if they're exactly the same, but they did have some filters in there, and it did help cut down the noise. The K-180WLA is by far the lowest noise antenna that I have. So it is a very low noise floor, and I really did like that and appreciate that. So, and then the, what does it say here for air? 6 meter band. All right. The passive loop antenna with a diameter of 68 centimeters. So I think this is only slightly larger than the K180 WLA. I believe that one was 66. It has excellent receiving directionality, which can effectively avoid interference sources and make the receiving signal clearer, effectively improving and receiving signal strength and signal to noise ratio. Built-in polymer 7.4 volt lithium battery. So this one has a built-in battery. The K180 WLA, if you remember from my videos, I had to buy a separate battery for that, and that was here on Molokai. That was like $12 to $15, I think. So which brought that up to $70. This has a battery in it. So at $105, it helps out a little bit there to close the gap in pricing. It has a charging interface with a Type-C socket. Charging voltage is DC 5 volt. Charging above this is not allowed and may damage the unit. And then the schematic diagram for the antenna direction. And the yellow arrow points to the center of the shortwave receiving sector, while the blue arrow points to the ultra wideband. Let me try to find out where that is. I don't see that here. Oh, there we go. Okay, the yellow arrow points in the direction. Okay, so you can see here we've got the yellow arrow. That is the shortwave is going across that way. So basically, it looks like 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock would be for the VHF bands. As you see that on there. So the direction that way and a direction that way. So then it goes on to show the connections, the feeder and signal transmission line method, and shows you how it connects onto your radio with just a simple diagram here on the bottom. And it shows the K480WLA antenna connection diagram, the input output low impedance of 50 ohms, receiving frequency range, which I already went over. So that is fine. And now next it goes into just pictures about putting the antenna together here. Very simple. You don't even need the instructions really. It's so easy. And once you do one, you'll be able to breeze right through and do the next one. As you can see the pictures here. They did a good job with this though. Some of these imports, they get a little funky with some of the wording and it doesn't look the best. But this one they do a pretty good job with it. And I said the same thing about the K180WLA. Then it also shows some more pictures of clamping the built radio onto a mast. They call it a support rod. And then it shows you what is in the kit when you buy it and how it comes, just as I went through there. And then usage. The K480WLA has a built-in medium wave and FM frequency modulation, band stop filter, and low pass band pass filters in various bands, which can significantly suppress out band interference signals, making the received signal clearer in environments with poor electromagnetic environment. And that's definitely what I noticed. I'm in a very small condo complex here. There's only 3 small buildings. I really don't get a ton of interference compared to a lot of people, especially in bigger towns. I'm in a small rural area. But I did notice right away, and you'll be able to listen to it on the videos if you go back and check those out on the MLA 30 Plus and the K184 WLA. You'll notice the noise level difference between that. So we'll see how this one works. I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to the K180. And then pressing the reception mode switch can cycle between the different band reception modes in full band, that's medium wave, short wave, FM frequency, air, 6 millimeter, that's amateur band, and UV, which is UHF and VHF. Selective reception of signals within the specified frequency band suppresses the signals outside of the frequency of the received frequency band in order to improve the received signal. And signal to noise ratio is a complex electromagnetic environments and makes the received signals clearer. And again, that is definitely probably the best feature of the K180 that I had. Next, the gain of the low noise, ultra high frequency amplifier is adjusted between 0 and 30 dB, which can adapt to the adjustment of weak and ultra strong signals. The built-in lithium battery can be used continuously for about 50 hours when fully charged with a medium gain operation. So, of course, how long it would last would be depending on how high you have the gain set, because that's going to draw more power. When the L battery indicator light is on, it indicates that the lithium battery is low. When the battery is discharged to its lowest level, it'll automatically shut down. Please charge it in a timely manner. The charging port is a Type C, and it is at the DC 5 volt. And then the power of the charging head should be greater than 15 watts. And the charge time is between 1.5 and 3 hours. All right, and then it goes into installation requirements, and it's just basically telling you to have it in an unobstructed area, that type of thing. So I'm not going to go through that. And then the last one is the picture of the back and how you hook up the antenna. So I'm going to have some videos coming up with reception comparisons. I'll have them on a couple radios. I'll use my C-Crane. I'll use my Radio Shack radio. I'll use the Grundig. And we will compare them head to head with the K180. So be ready for that. And we'll see. I might even start on those today. I'll also use it on FM, and we'll see how this goes compared to the K180WLA. All right, from my radio desk here on Molokai, Hawaii, aloha.